Hello, I'm here in Lansdowne, Bournemouth, here to speak with Dee Swinton at Dorset Mind.
Hi, I'm Dee Swinton from Dorset Mind. I'm the Income Generation and Marketing Manager, which means my job is to raise money on one hand, but also to raise awareness about mental health. I'm going to be talking today with Ben about mental health and the importance of talking about it in association with Life Bible.
Dee, thank you very much for speaking with me.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to have a little bit of a chat with you about kind of breaking the awkwardness of speaking about mental health, being comfortable to speak about it. I've got a couple of questions if you don't mind. Do you think people are comfortable talking about mental health?
I think that more and more people are starting to get comfortable about talking about mental health, but people generally aren't. There's still a huge stigma around mental health, and it stops people from admitting what they see as, or perceive as a vulnerability, whereas we think that it actually takes brave people to come forward and say, actually, this is what's happened to me. And you'll find that the more people talk, the more people will empathise and say, actually, yeah, that's me, or I can do that as well. And it actually really inspires people when you're that open.
Would you say it's okay to talk about mental health to get a better understanding?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, working for a mental health charity, of course I would. But I think it's actually more and more important because it's so prevalent now. So the official statistics are there's 1 in 4 people will be diagnosed in their lifetime with a mental health condition. But we also say, what about the people that aren't diagnosed, the people that don't come forward because they're too scared or they won't admit it? There's also people that don't even know that they've got a mental health condition. So the more that's done around awareness, which is kind of what we do, it really helps to create that conversation. It should be as normal as talking about your physical health.
What would you recommend to those people that want to know more about mental health, get a bit of a better understanding?
Well, there's loads of information out there online. I will obviously promote our charity, so we've got a website, dorsetmind.uk. There's National Mind's website as well, and there's loads of stuff online that you can look at and just get some understanding. But I would say it's talking to people, because there's nothing that compares to lived experience and somebody telling you this is what it's like or this is how it is for me. And I think it's also really, really important to mention that right now your friends might be suffering, and so it's just asking them every now and then, are you alright? Are you okay? Let's go for a beer, a cup of tea, whatever floats your boat, but it's just speaking with people.
What can be done to improve awareness?
Oh, there's lots of things
Yes.
that can be done, lots of things. Talking obviously is a huge thing, but again, there's lots of online campaigns. We've got World Mental Health Week coming up, so there's be lots of activity. So I would also say follow our social media, because part of our job with social media is actually to portray a positive aspect of mental health, because people do have it but they can also live with it. We're very much about recovery and educating, and also challenging stigma and inequality as well. So there's lots of stuff that we can do online.
Earlier on we were speaking about sort of a niche sort of direction that Dorset Mind takes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind giving me a bit more information about that we were on about earlier?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of our USP, if you like, is the fact that a lot of our support services, there's no waiting times for them. So we offer a range of support services for things like anxiety, depression, LGBT, women only. We have them across Dorset, and there's literally no waiting time, so you can self-refer. And this means that, which I think is really, really important, that you can get the help that you need when you need it. Statutory services, they're under a lot of pressure, and they do an amazing job, but they do have big waiting times, and that then can really impact on mental health. It can make your problems grow. So that's one of our USPs. And we also, my role as Income Generation and Marketing Manager is to create awareness, which is what we've spoken about, and also create funds. And one way that we do that is working with our community and the corporates. So we're doing things quite differently with some really, really exciting projects. And it's also upselling with mental health awareness training, because everyone needs it. It's in the workplace, it's at home, it's in education, it's everywhere. Everyone will be touched one day. I should probably mention about that men have a real difficult time talking about emotions. They're obviously a high risk Sorry, you
me,
guys.
me especially.
No, but it shouldn't be seen as anything other than normal. You know?
No.
I think with society, kind of gives us this, you know, men should be macho and be hard and, you know, have that kind of role. And really, actually, it's just as important to be able to talk about your emotions and be honest with each other. Tell your mate if something's not going well or that you need. You know, you need some support. It's not a huge thing. It just means that you're admitting to need some help. And everyone needs it.
How do you approach the subject of mental health without being non-intentionally ignorant?
That's a hard question. That's a really hard
Sorry.
question. In terms of what? Sorry, let's just put some context on there.
So, for example, I wanted to go up and talk about parity of esteem, but I felt, I guess, nervous to talk about it, in the sense of I didn't want to say anything non-intentionally ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say, I guess, to me in that position of feeling nervous to talk about it?
I guess speak to other people. People have experience or know a bit more, or certainly do your research about it. But you can always give us a call at any time, and I'm sure that we can help you with that. I think a lot of the Dorset Mind, as part of Mind, we want to raise awareness. So anything we can do to help you guys feel confident about speaking, then we'd be more than happy to help you.
So, what do you think the effect of social media has on mental health?
Ooh, so this is a tricky one actually, because it's a real double-edged sword for us. Because obviously we realise the pressures online of bullying, grooming, self-harm, even suicide to a degree. It can be a really, really negative impact, especially as it's 24/7 now. There's no getting away from it. And also with the reach, it can reach huge amounts very, very, very quickly, especially if something goes viral. We obviously use it as in what we hope is a positive way. But I can remember creating our Instagram account, for instance, the week that it came out that it was the most dangerous platform for young people. So it's important that we're realistic. We know that life isn't going to be great all the time, and yet we're all guilty, I think, certainly for Facebook and Instagram, of posting our best self.
Oh yes.
But then on the flip side, you can show other days as well. So I think balance is a real key thing. But as I say, we do want to get away from really the media portray mental health quite negatively. They always heighten it and dramatise it. And I think it's important that most people have some kind of mental health condition. We're all on the spectrum, whichever way, whether we have good health or bad health. We've all got mental health. So I think it is really, really important to use sensitive language, and in a positive way.